Okay, so I'll wrap this up with some messages. When I sit here, I sat here for a minute to get quiet, and the first thing I feel is okay. A lot of the empaths and HSP and light workers, and all the people that are like getting in the flow and having their awakening, blah blah blah, all the stuff we've been talking about. A lot of us have energies around us where it's almost like someone's feeling like you're getting a lot of things that you want, or like you're being put in a position to where you're manifesting things and you don't really need anyone. Something about that, something about someone around being jealous that you don't really need anyone, or you're being put in the position where you won't need anyone. They want you to need people, or they're very jealous because they're needy. Let me back up. What is this? Or you don't need them in particular. Like this is someone who's used to having your attention or having you need them in some way, and now they want your attention again. But it's almost like this person is wanting your... Okay, so this person likes people who need them. They want to feel like the hero or something. And maybe you relied on them for a while, but it's like you maybe were in a more vulnerable place then, and you've evolved and you've grown and you've changed and all that stuff. And it's like almost like now they still want your attention, but you're like, I'm on to bigger and better things. Like I'm not even thinking about you, and not in a bad way. Not like I used you and now I'm moving on, but just like you're not in that space anymore. And like when people care about us, they shouldn't want us to stay stuck. They shouldn't want us to stay, vulnerable. Like they should be happy that you've grown, but they're not. They're not. There's something like, so someone definitely feels like something's slowing down, the energy they're getting from you. But it feels like you've been like loyal. And this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. This could be a friend or family or whatever. But like you've been loyal to them and like patient with them. Yeah, it feels like this is someone who upsets you. But you've tried to be patient and you've tried to like, okay, we've been friends for a long time or whatever. Because I feel like they're kind of immature, sorry to say. And now this person is upset that you're not really, like they can kind of feel you pulling away. You're not like calling them like you used to. You're not, I don't know, telling them your business like you used to. So it's like first of all, it's an envious energy, okay? Because you've had growth and you're changing and you're learning how to, call in the things you want, and you're learning, about protecting your energy and all this stuff. And so they see this growth and it's like, I don't like this growth because now you don't need me, or now you don't gossip with me, or, hang out in the clubs with me, or whatever it is. It's this like, oh, she thinks she's great now, or he thinks he's great now, or like real immature stuff. So somebody's really missing a version of you that no longer exists. Like we're supposed to grow and we're supposed to mature, and they're like mad about it. Some key aspect of them being used to you always being around them, or always being around a certain place. And it's changed. And again, it feels like a maturity level, like you have matured and they haven't. Yeah, this feels like somebody who's not growing up. And they want you to stick to who you used to be, because that made them feel important. Like, on some level, they thought, in the past, they thought they had more than you, or knew more than you, or something. And it was only because you were like starting or starting over. You were always more mature than them, I think, but it was a time when you needed more because you were, I don't know, struggling or just starting out in life, or whatever it is. And they liked it. They liked to be the, I don't know, the one who had a house and a car, or the one who had a better job, or the one who had, or the one who knew more, or something. They liked that. And you have way, way, way out matured them at this point. And I feel like they're kind of bitter because just by you growing, and again, I don't feel like you did anything. You've grown and changed, and you're on to other things. And like, it's making them mad because again, they liked the feeling of quote unquote being better than somebody. And now that's gone, and now you are quote unquote like superior to them. They don't like that, and it's pointing out that they need to change and they need to grow, and they don't want to. Something about their behavior, it's like a very immature behavior. Arrested development. I'm getting arrested development. Like, anytime you interact with them, you're just like you were in high school or grade school or whatever. Something about you're not going around someplace, or not, because there's some aspect of like you're not reaching out to them anymore, or you're not like sharing your life, like telling them all the aspects of your life anymore, or something. And then they're like, well, I'll see her at, or see him at such and such, and like, oh, you're not going there anymore either. Like, you've totally outgrown this life that they have known of you. You know what I mean? Like, but they wanted you to stay stuck there. So let's say you were struggling, and this is a friend, like, I needed to sleep on their couch for a while or something because I'm starting over. And it's like, so you were, I don't know, a roommate or something with them, and maybe you guys always hung at some neighborhood bar or something. And it's like, okay, but that was always going to be temporary. And now I've got my job, I've got my career, I've got my own place, I've got my own car, and I'm not hanging at that bar anymore. But they don't like that. They wanted you to always be stuck there. It made them feel better about themselves. And maybe you told somebody about themselves, or you're going to very, very soon, because this feels like if it hasn't happened already, it's going to. Like, this person kind of irritates you with their like immaturity, or the way they expect you to still be who you were back whenever this was. Because there's some aspect of like maybe like telling them like you're immature. You do this and that. Like, we were in third grade, or like you explain to somebody why you're kind of fed up, or why you no longer want to be a part of something or deal with something. And this sparked something. It's like making them have to look inward. And they don't like that. Like, this is somebody who doesn't like to work on themselves. It's hard. I get it, but you gotta. And they're in that energy, like someone, you're going to tell someone, about like, you're so immature, or I've outgrown this, or whatever, and it stings, but it's like something they had to hear. And they're kind of putting off having to do that work. Like it's made them realize they have to, but they're kind of procrastinating. And there's something about, I feel like this is more of a friend. I mean, it could have been or could be a romantic relationship, but this feels more like a friend or family member or something. Because I feel like lately you've been observing, like, again, they're immature, they've some kind of arrested development, but also something about noticing they kind of like date bottom of the barrel people. So I'll give you an example because I have this playing out in my life. That's funny. This part right here. So I have a friend who is of a certain age but will only date younger people. Why? Because he can control them. But he can't hear that. He can't hear me. So I let that go. But it's something like that. Like, they date a certain type because they can control them, because they think, like, for example, this plays out all over forever. Say men get middle-aged. There's always this stereotype, right? They get middle-aged and they only want to date, 20-somethings or 30-somethings because a 20-something wouldn't notice that a 50-something is immature. Do you know what I mean? Excuse me, you know what I mean? They wouldn't, excuse me, an uneducated 50-something still looks pretty intelligent to a 20-something. No offense if you're in your 20s, I'm just saying. So it's like there's a certain type, and I keep getting bottom of the barrel. There's a certain type they date, not because like that's what they're attracted to, because I can control you and you won't recognize what a loser I am or how uneducated I am or whatever the case may be. There's something about that, like you recognizing that about somebody. Maybe not that exactly, but something about them dating, the standards of dating are way, way lower than yours would be. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe they still only date for looks, or again, maybe it's like an older person only dating younger people because people their own age won't have them. Something like that. And they actually look at you they're jealous, but they look at you very highly. But it's like their ego, this is the kind of person whose ego would never allow them to say, like, wow, you've really grown, you're really smart, you're really successful. Like, their ego won't let them do that, so it's like they tear you down behind your back. I feel like the thing about dating bottom of the barrel was just sort of a sign to whoever this is. So if you're questioning, like, is it this person? That was a thing, like, yes, it's that person that you said dates the bottom of the barrel or something like that. I don't know. I can see this playing out in a bunch of different ways. This could just be a friend. This could be, I see it playing out as a family member, but then I'm also seeing it play out as like an ex who, like, you're not trying to get back together or anything. Maybe you're still tied with, like, maybe have kids together or something like that. I don't know, but I see it a bunch of different ways. But it's clear that you, whoever this is for, don't have passion for this person, and maybe they do, but also they have a lot of jealousy. I mean, it's very clear to them that you've grown and changed and done the work, and for whatever reason, I'm supposed to say, and I've been saying this the last couple of weeks, it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to take breaks. If you have a platform or a job, it's okay to take breaks. That keeps coming through. Anyway, this is someone who's very stubborn, very stubborn. I wish I could find the words for what I'm feeling. This is somebody who just, you look at them and like maybe they're the same age or older, and you just look at them like, how have you had no growth? Like, what has your life been that you haven't had to like learn lessons and shift perceptions and like I don't know, they haven't learned anything. They're exactly who they were like as a teenager. But I feel like they pretend to be healed, or they pretend to be much more intelligent than they really are, but it's always in sort of a fishing kind of way. It's like say I'll post things on Facebook that I've Googled or ChatGPT'd or something, so I sound very intelligent, and it's always just a way to like fish for compliments, like, oh, you're so smart, or you're so wise, or like you see through it, like it's never genuine. Like, or if they talk about or post, something spiritually aware, like it's not, that's not really them. It's always just sort of fishing for compliments or helping build their facade or whatever. Or someone pretending like they help people, or like they're the most giving person, but you see this person, you know exactly who they are. And when they do things like this, like, it's never like, I wonder if they're doing this for attention. Like, you just see right through it. There's no question. You always see right through it. And they know this. Okay, so this person knows they can't fool you. At this point in time, they know. So I feel like they're going to try to work around it. So if I'm jealous of you and I want your attention, and I'm, a narcissist or immature or whatever it is, initially I'm going to think, well, I'll try to manipulate you. But then after some time, I realize, nope, you see through everything I try. So I'm going to try a different way. I'm going to go to other people and start telling them junk about you and try to manipulate how they see you. I mean, it's really Narcissist 101, but something about that, about them realizing you see right through their junk. So they can't directly manipulate you, so they're going to go around. I don't know. And it almost feels like initially when they go to like talk about you, again, because they realize they can't just directly manipulate you, they go and talk to people that you don't even care what these, like, why would you gossip to that person, think it's going to hurt me? I barely know that person. I don't care what they think. Like, they're not even smart enough to know how to do that. It's somebody who always feels like they have something to prove. This is somebody who's very stuck in a low vibration. Everything they do is sort of low vibrational, but they pretend to be very high vibrational. But they're so used to being this way, whatever this is, and again, it's like something stunted their growth, and they've been the same way since, I don't know, grade school. It's like they're so stuck in that cycle, and I feel like it stands out to you a lot. Like, you have literally not changed since you were a child. There's a level of stubbornness to this, like something has happened to let them know you see through their junk. And again, maybe you said something, but then they have this attitude also, like, well, I don't have to change for you. And you're like, no, you don't, but you seem to be obsessed with with it. Like, I see who you are. I moved on. I don't care. But like, they're the ones like, I don't have to change for you. And you're like, I never said you had to. I'm saying I'm not dealing with this. It feels like they're always caught up in something. They're always caught up in something or always creating something. Something, again, about their behavior. Something about their behavior isn't changing. And you're just kind of like, yeah, you're not going to change. The situation isn't going to change. So I'm going to be the change, and I'm going to move on, or I'm going to move out, or whatever this is. But it's weird because it's like they know the changes they need to make. They just won't. You called out something that they kind of already knew. You validated it, but there's a stubbornness again. Like, I'm not changing for you, and you're like, okay, like, okay, I'm just gonna move on. And they're like stewing in it. They know the changes they need to make. They know the actions they need to take, but they're not. And they're teetering like, I hate you, but I want to be in your energy, and I hate you. You think you're great, but I want to be in your energy. It's like almost obsessively. I'm supposed to say they've got vices. Like they drink or use substances, or they smoke, or something about they've got vices, and that it's sort of another red flag. Not that people can drink, they can do what they want, but to you, when you see them and you think how immature they are or how stuck they are, it's like they can't even stop drinking, or they can't even, like something about that, some vice they have is just further proof that like they're still stuck. They've been doing this for so long and they can't even, I don't know, something about that. They're very, very weak-minded, very, very weak-minded. This is somebody who has absolutely no emotional control, no willpower, none of that. Very weak-minded. Impulse. They have no impulse control. This is not a high vibrational person. But again, it's about the way they present themselves to the world. They try to present themselves like they've had tremendous growth and an awakening, and now I have a relationship with God, and it's all a lie. It's all just like, oh, this is what people like, so I'll pretend to be this. I know somebody just like this presently, and it drives me crazy. Let's say if this were like a middle-aged bachelor, you'd walk in their house and immediately see plastered everywhere inspirational artwork that you know they don't subscribe to. That's the case for me anyway. First time I stepped in their home, I was like, oh my gosh, there's nothing but like, learn to dance in the rain. It is what it is. Go with the flow. Like, and they're so not that person, but it's splashed all over. It's that kind of person. That like the things they say, or the decor in their home is all a facade, and as soon as you see it, you're like, what? That's not you. That's crazy. I feel like they're very unintelligent. But they pretend to be a lot smarter. I don't know why these details are important. It's just coming through, so I'm telling you. Maybe it's helping you figure out who this is. I don't know. But they are going to go around because they know they can't manipulate you, so they're going to try to go around that. Gosh, I've been going for 24 minutes already, but I don't feel like I've gotten to what this is. this is somebody who I feel like on the surface they critique you. Um, they critique you like you don't know how to, I don't know, take care of a home or raise a child or take care of an animal or whatever. You don't know how to drive, da da da. Like they critique you constantly, but it's their own low self-esteem. Excuse me. It's why they do that. Ooh, they are messing with my throat water. And that's why they do that, because they're insecure. This is what narcissists do, right? So if they're insecure about something, they project that on somebody else, so that you're so busy defending yourself, they think you won't recognize that. I'll speak about a certain president that is morbidly obese, but is always talking about other people's weight. It's like that. So you'll notice like everything they critique you about is something that an issue that they have. Yeah, this person, it feels like constant. How you live, how you move around, how you view the world, how you take care of your responsibilities, whatever. And it's all things that like you don't even have an issue with. It's ridiculous when you hear it. Like, what? You're telling me I don't know how to take care of a house and I'm living on my own for 20, it's all dumb. So like, and I feel like another aspect of this, and this is common for narcissists too. So when they try to tear you down, again, it's like a self-defense thing. Like if I come at you first, you can't come at me. Stupid. They'll do it sometimes as a joke. So they'll joke about if they're insecure about their weight, they'll joke about your weight, or they'll joke about how you drive or how you take care of your house or whatever as a joke. Because this is why narcissists do this. Because if you do react, if you do get angry, then they can turn it on you and say, "Oh, I was just joking. Learn to take a joke." Da, da, da. Like, I've dealt with that so much. And I'm just like, you clearly don't know what jokes are, because jokes are supposed to be funny. And nobody was laughing. Not even you, the teller of the joke. It's so ridiculous. But yeah, they do that. Yeah, because it feels like you're the responsible person, but they critique you like you're irresponsible, like you don't know how to do things. Some aspect of, because whoever this is for, and if it's multiple people, I don't know, but like in that energy, I feel like, what are you talking? Like I go to work, I take care of this, I'm taking care of my kids, my dog, my cat, my mom, my dad. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, you're the irresponsible one. How can you constantly be talking about how responsible I am? It like the things this person says are utterly ridiculous. They don't apply to you, but they directly apply to them. Again, they're projecting all their ish onto you. This person has been living beyond their means, living well beyond their means. Like they don't make much, and I'm not saying anything about anybody. Like we all have periods where, financial stuff happens, but they don't make much. They certainly don't want to work to make more. But they, present themselves like they've got a lot more than they have. So they'll have like a nicer car than they can afford, a nicer house than they can afford, tons of shoes, tons of clothes. Like it's all about to catch up with them, because they desperately don't want people to know what they make. They keep trying to look like they make more. I don't know why that's important, but again, it's all about appearances. This person it's weird because like they're jealous of you, they're angry about you being in their eyes better than them, but they also feel deeply for you. They sort of want to be you, or they want to be with you. However that plays out for you. For one of you, there may be a situation where this person, for you, this is somebody you're not dating, and they may be dating someone else, but they want to be with you. but they're so insecure about it because in their eyes, again, you're so much better than they are. They talk smack about you to the person they're dating. And I think that's where this starts, this gossipy, I can't manipulate you, so I'm going to manipulate how other people see you. And so they talk to this person they're dating, and you're like, I don't even know that person. I don't care if you talk about me to them. It's weird people. Something about how they're doing something they know is unethical. Doing something unethical. And I want to say in regards to money, the way they make it, or do you remember a couple months back I kept getting messages about a couple who got money from like a church. Sorry, I accidentally hit the stop button, and good thing I did because I just realized I've been going on for half an hour. Let me finish this thought. So a couple months ago, I got something about a couple that got money from like a church group, or like a church took a collection for them. Because I think one of the people in the couple was either ill or pretending to be ill or something. And they took up a collection for them to, like, I don't know, go out of town and see a doctor or pay for their meds or something related to their health. And then they spent the money in a different way. And I kept seeing that, like, shoes were bought. Like, somebody loves shoes and they spent this money on shoes. You remember that? I feel like this is connected to that somehow, because there's, again, something about obtaining money in an unethical way and that coming out. And there's something about, I see people in a church, and I don't know if that means like an entire church took up a collection, or maybe some people they went to church with, or a church group, or I don't know, but something related to a church, the people of the church collecting money, giving it to this couple for one purpose, and they spent it on something else. And I feel like this is coming back to that. This person had a period where maybe they even went to church regularly, but it was all for show. It was all for show. They have no spiritual alignment, spiritual awakening, spiritual guidance. They don't even believe in God. Like, this was all fake. But they feel like they have discernment. They have intuition. They have no self-awareness. They have no awareness of who they are. They pretend to like have it all together, but they mess up all the time. All the time. And like, we all make mistakes, but most of us make a mistake and we learn from it. And so we adjust accordingly. Like, oh, when I did this happened, so I won't be doing that again. And you move on to the next thing. But this person just like keeps doing the same stuff over and over and over. They don't learn anything. What the heck? They could have clearly avoided a lot of things in their life if they had just learned from their mistakes, and they just don't. They don't. There might have been sorry. There might have been something about a robbery? Okay, this person may have been in trouble before, but it's like, even this could have been avoided. Like, it wasn't somebody who was, young and dumb. Like, they were old enough to like know better. And they still, maybe not to that extent, they still make dumb choices like this. I get that they deliberately are choosing to make harmful decisions. I don't know what this is. There's something about, like, I see somebody, like, you know how in the movies, like, put a mask over their face and charge in somewhere. I'm seeing that, but not currently. It's not like something they're doing at this moment. I feel like that might be in the past, but like even then, like they didn't learn if they got, you know, charged and went away or whatever. Like even then, they didn't learn anything from it. The only thing they got from it was like, okay, be more careful next time, like that kind of thing. Stay away from them because I feel like they don't have any issue with hurting people or taking from people, or because everything is about keeping up this facade, whether it be, look at me, I've got it all together, look at me, I'm godly, look at me, I'm cool. I think they care more about being cool, even though they should have, most of us have outgrown that by now, but they're still there. Be careful because this person is actually, I feel for a lot of you, the way this plays out is somebody that's interested in you, like wants you, but knows that you're too good for them. And it makes them angry, and they are very immature. So what they may do is, I don't see you getting harmed. I mean, physically harmed. But they're gonna go around and talk smack about you, and I don't know, maybe try to mess up your, like they're gonna try to mess things up for you. So they could go talk to, like if you're dating, they could go talk or gossip so that it gets to who you're dating or whatever. So just be careful. And I rambled way too long, and I'm very, very sorry, but sending you guys positive energy. Have a good week. Bye.